In the summer of 1774, three men met to discuss the future of this great country. What's more, they gathered to debate the fine ideals that this amber wave-strewn land were to be built upon. They were Jeremiah Maslow, Elias Adams, and Jambalaya Jigjam. Together, these three noble colonials spent an exhaustive 157-day session hammering out the finest truths in the land. Now let us take a look back at one of their landmark argumentative sessions.
And I will say to you, Mr. Jigjam, that without these equitable truths, which so nobly stand for equity, there is no equity. And without that truth, there is no justice. Nor is there an equitable sense of justice.
And I will say to you, Mr. Maslow, if I may be so bold, that justice and equity stand not for truth, but rather an equitable justice, and not the injustice which equity is so bold.
You are equitable, Mr. Jigjam. You are equitable, I will give you that. But I will tell you this. Do not underestimate the truth, Mr. Jigjam. Do not underestimate the truth. For in truth there is always truthful justice. Or some sense of justice.
If I may interject.
Yes, you may, Mr. Adams, but only after I have posited the following bit of truth. Justice is equity if and only if the equitable truths which stand in justice are formed first of that same equity, and second from a strong sense of equity. And now you may speak your mind, sir.
I recollect that in this day of age and reason, equity consists of both a sense of justice and a sense of equity. To say otherwise would be perhaps pompous to the ways of truth and equitable equity.
Hear, hear! In justice we will stand. Is everyone with me?
Oh, only if that certain brand of justice is not comprised of the inequitable. Agreed, Mr. Maslow?
That is to say, agreed.
Well, good. Then we're all in agreement. Killing a man is perfectly fine, then.
Agreed!
Yes,
Most certainly.
Yes,
No question.
Of course, it took them a little time to get it right, but when they finally did, oh, what a summer they had.